Tuesday, September 18th, Deborah Kornikova, Governor Murphy's Deputy Chief of Staff for Outreach, joined the New Jersey School Board Association Legislative Committee and spoke about a variety of topics of special interest to school boards members. The bus driver shortage was reviewed, adding that the governor is exploring various ways to build more flexibility into the licensing process, including ensuring that anyone waiting to receive their school bus endorsements will be prioritized by the Motor Vehicle Commission. She also encouraged any district to forward information about the severity of their shortage to the governor's office. She also spoke about the American Rescue Plan Act money received by New Jersey, which totals approximately $6 billion overall. Of that, $600 million has been allocated for S-3434, special education bill that enables students who would age out during the pandemic to receive additional services. In addition, $200 million for current New Jersey School Development Authority, SDA, projects, and another $75 million for emergent projects for SDA has been allocated. Governor Murphy has allocated a portion of the Federal American Rescue Plan funds to upgrade HVAC systems in school districts. Much of that money has not been allotted yet, as New Jersey is waiting to see what occurs with the federal infrastructure legislation currently under consideration. She spoke about COVID-19 vaccinations, explaining third doses are available for immunosuppressed individuals and that boosters are approved for those age 65 and over. She also revealed that New Jersey hopes to make vaccinations available to those ages 5 to 11 by the end of October. During Q&A, she was asked when she thought the governor would lift the mask mandate and/or return decisions to local control. She stated that the governor will not change his position until school-age children 5 to 11 years old are able to receive the vaccination and the transmission number drops under 1%. She stressed current concerns, including the rate of transmission is high in New Jersey and the incoming variants are stronger. She added, the governor based his decision to mandate on data and recommendations from the CDC, New Jersey transmission rates, and what is happening in individual schools across the country that opened earlier than we did and are seeing high transmission rates. She stressed that the governor is sticking to his decision and that the state expects compliance and will not have an issue coming down hard on any district that is not compliant. She added, this is a place we are very comfortable and we're going to stick with masks for now. She summarized with, in my opinion, we are more likely to return local control to districts when vaccinations are readily available to all school-age children and/or see a significant drop in the rate of transmission. Further, she said if the transmission rate falls low and they give local control back and districts decide to go optional and someone tests positive for COVID in a class, more kids will have to be put out on quarantine due to not wearing masks. She stressed that they hope not to have to end the school year in masks. Additionally, when asked if a virtual option would be made available again, she replied no, not in the foreseeable future, unless we go back to where we were last year. Which brings us to the present, locally here in Brick. This past weekend, my family and I attended the Brick versus Brick football game. What a great day. The weather was perfect, the game was exciting, and the stands were packed. Mr. Barisi and the Memorial Administration were all running around, talking to attendees and making sure everything was running smoothly. Families and friends were screaming and cheering for their players. Students and faculty were dressed in their school colors, cheering along with the cheerleaders. Puffs of white baby powder could be seen from township stands as the students jumped up and down. Memorial's marching band and color guard performed at halftime. Mr. Cajun received screams and high fives as he walked past township bleachers, and Mr. Kleisler was where he's been for many, 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 many years, running up and down township sidelines in his shorts and flip-flops. And of course, Miss Mack, watching every play with excitement and anticipation, occasionally mumbling to herself as the plays didn't go exactly the way she thought they should. It was the most normal I've felt in a long time, and it felt great. Later that day, at Brick Township High School, Music Fest 2021 had over 700 musicians performing, including both the Brick Township High School and Brick Memorial High School marching bands and color guards members. More normal, more fun, kids being kids. Our students deserve that feeling of normal, that feeling of being a kid, a teenager, pre-COVID, pre-masks, pre-quarantine, pre-vaccinations, pre-hybrid, pre-virtual learning. As I sat at my desk today thinking about what I was going to say tonight, I began to relive all the countless phone calls, emails, and conversations with parents, students, and staff, BOE members, and Dr. Farrell about the governor's mandates. The numerous angry emails on both sides of the mask mandate issue, all the anxiety, endless arguing, and unpleasantness within the community about who's right, who's wrong, and who's to blame. Where does it end? How do we move forward? Students and teachers are back in their classrooms focusing on their current 21-22 school year, working on class projects, enjoying co-curricular activities and competitions. High school drama clubs posted their upcoming performances, tickets are on sale for homecoming dances, and voting for class officers has taken place. 3 weeks in, and we are up and running like before March 2020. But a COVID cloud still hangs over our head, masks and quarantines. The arguments for and against masks are like a bad sequel of the movie Groundhog Day, and as funny as Dr. Farrell is, he's no Bill Murray. We cannot keep having the same conversation over and over. When we look at the heart of the pro-mask versus optional mask debate, what both groups want is to go back to that feeling we felt this past Saturday, normal, fun, where children are safe and healthy, enjoying friends and co-curricular activities, and all the other experiences full day, in-person school days offer. I understand that picture looks different depending on what side of the mandate you are on. I understand the anger, the frustration, and the helplessness as it pertains to decisions being made for your child and for yourself without your voice being heard. Additionally, the frustration is heightened when there appears to be no end in sight. I am not suggesting that parents and staff not advocate for their students. I believe that all Brick Township School District stakeholders, including families, the Brick Township Board of Education, administration, and staff, will always advocate for the safety, well-being, and happiness of all students and staff. What I'm saying is, locally, here, for the sake of our students and staff, we need to come together and focus our positive energy into making this school year the best it can be. Remember, our littlest learners have only experienced education in a COVID-19 educational environment. Our current seniors haven't had a normal school year since their freshman year. For some students, this is the first experience back to full-time in-person learning in 18 months. Although the governor is not lifting the mandate anytime soon, we are not facing the issues other districts are facing. Some New Jersey schools have already had to close their doors for quarantine and go virtual due to COVID outbreaks. We don't want that to happen here in Brick. Dr. Farrell and his administrative team had worked hard to get us back full-time in person when many other districts could not. We need the focus to be on keeping Brick Township Public Schools open, not arguing over a mandate our district had no input or control over. It is very apparent that our students and staff are happy to be back in person full-time. The governor has taken away the virtual option other than for those quarantined and has mandated masks to minimize quarantining of students and staff. Other than medical and heat-related exemptions, that's the hand Dr. Farrell was dealt. And that is how we must move forward. For the sake of the district, we need to do everything in our power to support him and his team to ensure 21-22 school year offers our students all the opportunities and experiences the past 2 years have taken away. Together, As a district and community, we will continue to advocate for our children and a return to pre-COVID normalcy, where BRIC is the best it can be, student-centered, teacher-led, community-supported. Thank you.